White flag. That off. The BetVictor Solerina mares Novice hurdle. 6 of them over 2¼ miles. And 10 flights. Place de la Nation over first. From Carry on Heidi and in between them. The money on favourite Oldschool Outlaw. Followed by Early Bird, Atomic Queen. And dropped out is Cola Blaze. Turning into the home straight to flights 2 and 3. Place de la Nation, fractional leader from Oldschool Outlaw. Moving on a length in front of Carry on Heidi and then Early Bird. Atomic Queen and 6th of the 6th. As they straighten on up Cola Blaze. Place de la Nation and Paul Townend. Just making it from Oldschool Outlaw and Mark Walsh. Being followed by Carry on Heidi and Darrow O'Keefe. And then Atomic Queen, Danny Mullins. Early Bird. Over in 5th, Philip Donovan. And the back marker is Cola Blaze and Paddy Cleary. Well inside their final 2 miles, they're approaching the 3rd flight. And it's the main 2 in the race. Place de la Nation and Oldschool Outlaw. Leading the way to Carry on Heidi, Atomic Queen, Early Bird. 5 lengths back to Cola Blaze. A circuit to go. They've jumped 3 of their 10 flights. Place de la Nation up to the bend. Won as she pleased here last month. Turns less than a length in front of Oldschool Outlaw. 3rd, a length and a half back is Carry on Heidi. Together next are Early Bird, Atomic Queen. And still trailing the field is Cola Blaze. On to flight number 4. 1 of 3 past the stands. Place de la Nation, Oldschool Outlaw, followed by Carry on Heidi, and then Atomic Queen, Early Bird, and Cola Blaze. Continuing on the uphill to the next flight, which is number 5, Place de la Nation and Oldschool Outlaw. Little between them, tracked by Carry on Heidi, and then Atomic Queen, Early Bird, and Cola Blaze. On to the last in this line, over which the leader is just Place de la Nation. From Oldschool Outlaw, followed up towards the top of the track by Carry on Heidi, and then Atomic Queen, Early Bird, and Cola Blaze. Little or no changes in the order as they turn at the top of the track. Soon at the halfway stage, the BetVictor Solerina mares Novice hurdle. It's a grade 3. Place de la Nation with a very small advantage over Oldschool Outlaw. 2.5 to 3 lengths back to Carry on Heidi, who remains in 3rd. A further break to Atomic Queen, Early Bird, and Cola Blaze remains at the rear. Reaching their final mile with 4 flights left to jump. And just shading it now, Oldschool Outlaw from Place de la Nation. 3rd, a length and a half back, Carry on Heidi, and then Atomic Queen, Early Bird, and Cola Blaze. Still on the run of 4 out. Oldschool Outlaw, Mark Walsh, just making it now from Place de la Nation and Paul Townend. Very much with them in 3rd is Carry on Heidi and Darrow O'Keefe. Gone 5, 6 lengths clear of Early Bird, Atomic Queen, and Cola Blaze. Into the wings of the 4th last flight. Oldschool Outlaw and Place de la Nation, followed by Carry on Heidi. These 3 covered by less than 3 lengths. Out in front of Early Bird, Atomic Queen, and Cola Blaze. Coming on to their point of departure, with 3 flights left to jump and 5 furlongs to go, the BetVictor Solerina mares Novice hurdle. Oldschool Outlaw with the white cap. Just with the edge from Place de la Nation. And wide of the pair is Carry on Heidi, as they've got 4 furlongs to go and 2 flights left to jump. Running back for home, Oldschool Outlaw, Place de la Nation, and Carry on Heidi. Out in front of Early Bird, then Atomic Queen, and Cola Blaze is labouring. 2 lengths now would cover the leading 3. Oldschool Outlaw, Carry on Heidi round the outside of Place de la Nation, relegated to 3rd place as they head for the 2nd last. Oldschool Outlaw from Carry on Heidi and Place de la Nation gone a long way clear of the other 3. It's Oldschool Outlaw at the 2nd last. Up over from Carry on Heidi and Place de la Nation in between the final 2 flights and the BetVictor Solerina mares Novice hurdle. And away goes Oldschool Outlaw, has quickened up well. Oldschool Outlaw over the last from Plaster and Assion in a scrap for the second with Carrie and Heidi. Oldschool Outlaw is a continuation of a stunning DRF for Mark Walsh and JP McManus. She's won this in tremendous style. Plaster and Assion second, Carrie and Heidi third.
Mark Walsh, another big winner. Mark, what a few days it's been. How taken were you by this mare today? Lots to like about that, surely.
Yeah, brilliant. She travelled and jumped over, and we didn't go that quick, but we quickened into the straight, and she quickened all the way to the line. I was very impressed with her.
Had you actually had a sit on her today, or was that the first time?
No, that was the first time I sat on her now, so she gave me a good feel.
I'm sure you'd seen what she'd done last time. Were you kind of expecting to get the feel you did?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I know probably people are saying Bambino Fever probably needed a run, but I'd say this one's still a good mare in her own right.
Yeah, serious prospect. Do you think she's real Cheltenham material, the mare's Novice, a good fit?
Oh, definitely, yeah. She's a big, strong mare. She'll handle that no problem.
Mark, chance of a double later on as well for Gavin Cromwell. That horse has shown enough to win a race or two, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an unplaced maiden, so he's ran okay in a few maidens, so hopefully with the weaker race today he might show a bit more.
Good man. Listen, well done. Cheers.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yes, and it's another one for Gordon Elliott as well. He didn't have too shabby a weekend at Leopardstown either. Oldschool Outlaw has dominated our feature event here and won in really impressive style at odds of 2-1 on. Very strong in the market beforehand, jumped really well. Mark Walsh, I would imagine, will be quite impressed by what she's produced there today, and she is on a serious upward curve. Oldschool Outlaw, little doubt about that, and I'd imagine she's just booked her ticket to another showdown with Bambino Fever, perhaps over at the Cheltenham Festival. Really asserted in between the final two. Carrie and Heidi's run well at a big price, certainly backing up the good impression she made at Punchestown last time. Ultimately having to give best to Plaster for second spot, but Oldschool Outlaw travelled so powerfully all the way around, and anybody who had bet the odds, I would imagine, was very comfortable with what they were watching throughout the race. Here we are down over the second last, nice and neat over that one once again, and meets the last on a really good stride. Mark Walsh happy to ride her into this one and produces a great leap to go on and record a facile success here. She's going to be a tough nut to crack wherever she goes. Now, obviously, the Bambino Fever camp will be very optimistic that they might turn the table should they meet again, but this mare, Anthony, is on some roll, and she has bossed her rivals there and won with real authority.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.